Okay, how do you do conversion rate optimization? Last couple of videos have been, what is it? Why would you do it? So how do you actually do it? Caleb Buffton from Echo Marketing. Give you some quick tips. So the easiest way to get started is to make sure you have Google Analytics on your site. There are non-Google versions of Analytics. Feel free to use those. Once you have Analytics on your site and you've got some data, normally at least a couple of weeks worth, then you can start to look at your steps, your funnel, your user paths, your customer journey, all that good stuff. And when you look at that, what you'll see is there'll be certain areas where people fall out of flow, whether it's the catalog page or the product page, which is called PDP, product description. The checkout, obviously, is one that normally people decide to focus on, which doesn't necessarily make sense all the time. And so those are kind of the main ones. Lead gen's a little bit different, but I'm just going to go over e-com right now. And so once you've visualized your funnel or your buyer's journey and you've figured out where people fall off the most, this is probably a good place to start. So then you want to go and you want to look holistically at that page, that series of pages, and figure out what is going on there as best you can. Use qualitative and quantitative data. Yes, put surveys on your site. Short horror, ask people for their actual feedback. I know, it's crazy, but it works. It may take a while if you don't have a lot of traffic, but this whole process is going to take a while if you don't have a lot of traffic. So bite the bullet and do it, because if you don't ask, you won't know. Your quantitative is going to be things like your analytics. Again, your click-through rates, those sorts of things. So once you've got that, now you can make some hypotheses around why people are falling off and what you might be able to do. Now, there's heaps of resources, heaps of blog posts and all that sort of thing about different things you can test. You know, color of buttons through the page layout, icons, branding, copy, images. Pretty much everything on your site can be tested in some way, shape or form. But before you do that, you need to figure out what platform you're going to use. Google Optimize is free. It's a great place to get started. If you're small, you don't need to go spending thousands on software. If you're bigger, you might want to because of the added functionality you get. There is a bunch of different ones out there. Basically, pick one that you or your team is going to be able to use. Make sure there's some sort of free trial, basically. Figure out that it's going to work for you. And then get cracking. So most of your changes are going to be in CSS and HTML and JavaScript. At this point, you shouldn't really be making any permanent changes to the site aside from installing a tag. Depending on the editor, you'll be click and dragging or click and editing or typing out the changes that you want to see affected on the page. Once you've done that, you've created your ensemble, basically, if you've set up a few different variants to test. So noisy! So as you get starting to record in a city, you set up your tests and you go live. Now there is some debate around whether a frequentist approach or a Bayesian approach or some other fancy stats name approach is the best approach when it comes to determining significance. Thing is, at some point you have to make a decision. The tools are there to help you figure out what's likely to work and within what range. Pay attention to the metrics that they show. Reach out to support and ask. Find out what they would do, because they've got experience looking at the accounts. They've got experience looking at the data. And really, unless you're a statistician, you're not going to know. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm not a statistician. I just got experience doing this. and I go off the stats. So that's pretty much how you do it.